Joining us right now, very excited to have him, Congressman Ruben Gallego. And Congressman, thanks for joining us on KTAR.
Yeah, not a problem. You could call me Ruben.
Okay, Ruben, thank you. And I know you're running for U.S. Senate, and we've had a kind of a big week this week here on KTAR with an interview of your opponent, Kari Lake, earlier in the week, and now, of course, some polls just coming out. So let me start with the polls. You have to be kind of pleased with this. The Noble Insight poll showing you head-to-head with Kari Lake with a 10-point lead, and an Emerson College poll showing you with a 7-point lead head-to-head. Is that what you're finding in the internal polls and what you're hearing outside?
Yeah, look, you never want to reject good news, and we do have some polling that shows us in good positions, but it also means that we still have to go and earn every vote, and that's what this campaign's doing. I mean, we are going to the red parts of the state, the blue parts of the state, parts of the state that's never even met a Democrat, parts of the state that have been forgotten just because, politicians are too focused just on Maricopa County, and because of that work, I think it's showing that we are moving in the direction to win this election.
Congressman Ruben Gallego joins us here on KTAR. It seems like that's playing out in the polls a little bit. They're saying that you're actually attracting a good number, a majority of independents, and even quite a few moderate Republicans, as opposed to Kari Lake. What kind of a reaction are you finding when you're going to these other parts of the state, as you said, have never met a Democrat before, and when you're speaking with these Republican voters?
Well, I mean, a lot of times they're just happy that someone's out there willing to talk, and a lot of these conversations, I don't actually end up getting support, but at least we're making the effort, and I think they appreciate that. But we also are talking about solutions. For example, the border bill, right? This is something that a lot of us had worked on for quite a while. We recognize that the border is chaos right now. The asylum seekers that are surging to the border are causing problems for our border trade, for our small communities down there. I've been working all year trying to get them money to make sure they're compensated for all the work they're doing. And we compromised with our fellow Republicans to get a bill that was going to bring a solution. And Kari Lake didn't even look at the bill and automatically rejected it. That's the kind of thing that Arizonans don't want. They want solutions. They don't want the border to be politicized just so people can score points. And I think things of that nature, water, economic development, bringing the cost of housing down, those are the things that people want you to work on, and not just, political sniping that I think she engages in.
Do you see yourself, if you win this race and you're in the Senate, do you see yourself as someone that'll work with Republicans and Democrats to try to govern, to try to actually get things done in the Senate? Everything just seems to be at such a standstill in the House. I know they're calling the House Republicans the do-nothing Congress this year. In the Senate, do you see yourself working with others?
You just have to. Number one, Arizona, is a moderate state that demands that their members work together. And I've been very lucky to be able to do that. I've been on the Armed Services Committee now for 10 years. As a Marine, as an Iraq War veteran, I've learned to work across the aisle with my other fellow veterans and Republicans to make sure that we pass a bill that keeps our troops well equipped, something that unfortunately I did not have, that are well paid, and more importantly, we protect our bases here in Arizona, and also prepare for future threats, whether it's China, Russia, and other countries. That's the same thing that's going to happen in the Senate. As a matter of fact, even this year, I passed a bipartisan bill that I authored that brought more protection to Native American children from child abuse, and it passed unanimously out of the House with Republican support, majority Republican support. That's the kind of stuff that you can do in the House and stuff you could do in the Senate. It does take work. Sometimes you have to agree to disagree and go to your corners, but never be afraid to approach them again.
Congressman Ruben Gallego joining us on KTAR. Well, you said to call you Ruben. I will. Ruben is in the interview we had with Kari Lake this week. I asked her 3 times if she could tell us how the election was stolen from her and who did it, and she finally acknowledged that she doesn't know. I think that was pretty definitive. But she also said that the comments she made about John McCain and his supporters, people who didn't vote for her last time, when she told them to get the heck out. She said that it was just a joke, and I think we've established pretty conclusively that it wasn't a joke, that she said it repeatedly and in different venues and even that day. And Meghan McCain was on right now, and she wasn't pleased with it. What are your thoughts on John McCain and his service to Arizona and to the country?
Well, I mean, first, as a veteran to another veteran, entirely a lot of respect. And John McCain actually used to make fun of me a lot when I first got into Congress. He loves poking Marines. He used to say that he was going to say things slowly to me since we had problems understanding and reading. And look, that's the kind of guy he was. He was a funny guy. I disagreed with him on a lot of policy, to be honest, but overall there was deep respect there. But also it's just deeply disrespectful to the voters of Arizona the way that Kari Lake has been acting. The man is dead. Like, allow him to sleep and allow his family to remember him in a manner that he is worthy of. And the fact that she's trying to lie now, I think is even more insulting. And again, where does this leave for Arizonans? Arizonans need solutions, not these type of political games that she's playing, and I don't think it's going to work with when it comes to voters and time to vote.
Congressman Ruben Gallego with us, and I appreciate those comments. And it's funny. I've noticed on Twitter that the Kari Lake folks are putting out some things you said 12, 13, 14 years ago. But as I read through them, it was just you disagreed with policy. You disagreed with the things that he supported, which is fine. He's a Republican, you're a Democrat. But you were never personally insulting. You never said the things Kari Lake said, and I think you just kind of reiterated that here. It's okay to disagree. It's not okay to be personal.
It's absolutely okay. It's okay for people to disagree. Look, I have, being a Marine, being enlisted Marine, I have, majority of my Marine buddies are, Trump supporters. They're Republicans or conservatives. And if I was going to take everything personal in politics, or we would never see each other. We would never have our families, meeting up. We'd never have a reunion. So I just think that we have to recognize that sometimes we are just going to have to agree to disagree, but you could still be friends. It's okay for Democrats to have Republican friends and Republicans to have Democratic friends, and overall just be good Arizonans.
It's funny you say that. I say that all the time, and I have Republican and Democratic friends, and we're allowed to disagree. As long as we agree on the facts, we can have different opinions about those things, and it's refreshing to hear a politician say that, so I appreciate you saying that too. Congressman Ruben Gallego, thanks for taking a few minutes with us today. Very much appreciate it, and I hope we can have you back on KTAR soon.
Yeah, please invite me. I really appreciate your time.
All right, thank you. Congressman Gallego with us here on KTAR.
Thanks for watching The Mike Broomhead Show. Tap to watch the first season of Amazing Arizonans, a KTAR News podcast. You can also click the button in the middle to subscribe.